you should never forget about the Britain before the Second World War is Britain wasn't just a country, as we like to call it. Britain was a great imperial power. You all know that my mantra: a quarter of the world's land surface, 1 in 4 of its population. And you should never forget that. Britain had priorities that went beyond Europe. It had global priorities. It had a global empire. And it recognized that the foundations of that empire were shakier than they had been before. And it feared, legitimately, I think, with justice, that if they had another war, that empire would crumble. Spoiler alert, it did. Therefore, the decision was taken: Britain should try and keep things quiet in the world, because that would help Britain keep its empire. That's what I mean when I talk about the thin red line, if you like. Britain should try and keep the lid on things and therefore keep its empire. And of course, there was always the concern of India. Britain would lose India almost immediately after the Second World War. And there was a recognition that a major shake of the bottle, if you like, might well break India. The other issue with empire was that the white dominions, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, were by now independent states. The thing called the Statute of Westminster formally established that. And that meant that if Britain was going to go to war, it needed their agreement. In the First World War, the empire countries were vital to Britain's victory. However, the imperial prime ministers were dead set against intervention in 1938 over Czechoslovakia. And the British knew that. One of the things they would do is go to great lengths in 1939 to get the imperial prime ministers, to get the Commonwealth prime ministers on side. But in 1938, they weren't. So it was a pretty big risk to go to war without the empire.